Hey guys, my name's Jordan and welcome back to my gaming channel named It's Gaming Productions. And as you most probably already know, I play games on this channel, and we've gone once again back to a game which I highly doubt you've seen in a long time on this channel, which I apologise for. It's just, at the moment, I have been just playing so much PlanetSide 2 because it's just such an awesome game that I haven't really had time to play Battlefield 3. But anyway, when I got back to Battlefield 3, it was amazing just like how fluid it was. Like 60 frames per second, because I like struggled to get over 30 on PlanetSide. I'd get like between 30 and 40 on PlanetSide. So I come back here and it was like super smooth at 60 frames per second, and I absolutely loved it. But anyway, this was a series which I discussed about starting quite a while ago. And I really have to apologise because I did not get round to doing it too soon. So I'm really sorry about that. And for those of you who were wondering, it was your loadout, my thoughts. And, well, I have got a loadout here, and it was suggested by someone. Wait a second, let me just find it. It was suggested by the Great Smelling Sock, so I'm sorry I've taken so long to actually do this. But anyway, I've finally got round to it, so I hope you're happy about this. And that was to use the MP7 with suppressor and the 93 Raffica on the medic kit, and you got to play it aggressively. So I quickly hopped into a game of Team Deathmatch with this and tried to play as aggressively as I can. Although I am not the best aggressive player, I tend, as you probably already know if you watch a lot of my videos, I tend to play a lot more defensively and such. And it's like just me trying to force myself to play a lot more aggressively on this game here, which is why you see that I am actually struggling quite a bit. Although I did have quite a good start to this game. I was actually very proud of the start to this game. But anyway, on to the primary weapon, which is the MP7, and you are using this with the suppressor. And to me, the suppressor is possibly the worst attachment I think you could really use for the MP7, just because of the fact that its magazine size is 20 rounds and it fires so incredibly quickly. You just seem to burn through that ammunition in like a few seconds. It literally just burns through the ammunition. You're going to be running out of ammunition so quickly. I think I run out of ammo quite a few times, or I managed to get someone down to like half health or something like that whilst firing an entire, while having spent an entire clip, and then I have to switch to my secondary weapon to actually finally take them out. So I don't think that suppressor is the best idea for this. I can see the logic in it because it fires so fast. It is very good up close, just because you can, obviously its definition as an SMG is that it has a high rate of fire, so that up close you can get a lot of rounds into your target in very little time. So if you miss a few shots, sorry, it does work incredibly well. But it just didn't seem to work in the field for me. So if I was going to suggest what you'd use with the MP7, I'd probably say switch out the suppressor for extended mags, just because it would just give you that bit more of like ammunition that you need to actually finally take out the person. Because you'll see quite a lot of times I get a person down to like 5% health and have spent my entire magazine, and those few extra bullets will have helped me. I know it is primarily my fault because I am an absolutely terrible accuracy. But that is just mainly because I've tailored like my sensitivity and my playstyle for playing sort of a medium range sort of role. So obviously if you have much better twitch reactions and twitch sensitivities than me, you will probably do a lot better than me at close range with this weapon, and probably may not need to use the extended mags on this gun. But for me, I just find it far too difficult to sort of play with the suppressor. As you can see, I sort of switched out to my medium sort of range, like sort of close to medium range role there, and I actually do a lot better at this range just because that is how I play. But anyway, moving on to the secondary weapon, which is the M93 Raffica. Now, this is like a brilliant gun for this class, just because of the fact that it's pretty fast to switch to, and then once you do switch to it, it is a burst fire weapon. So it's not fully automatic like the G18, but it is a burst fire weapon, and it retains good accuracy and good stopping power at most like sort of engagement distances, which you'll be engaging people at with this sort of class. So for me, I really do think it is a good choice of secondary weapon for this, just because of as I've said before, it's just perfectly suited for this sort of range. As you could maybe not see there. Here we go. Look at this. Absolute pistolly owning. But anyway, it maybe does run out of ammo slightly too quickly for my likes, and I probably, if I've put the time and effort into putting a suppressor on my MP7, I probably would have taken the G18 suppressed or something like that. But I can't really fault it, because it works well at a lot more ranges than the G18. At least that's what I find, just because of the fact that it is burst fire as opposed to fully automatic. So yeah, I think it's a good choice of pistol. Lastly, the class, sorry, the load, the like sort of, I forgot what it's called now, like class, I suppose it's called, where you play as a combat medic, and I think that is an excellent choice for this class if you're playing such an aggressive role, because it means that if you do get damaged in there, you can just quickly throw down a medic kit, because if you're playing close up, you tend not to have the time to wait for the passive health regeneration to kick in. So if you've got that medic kit all set up, then you are ready and raring to go straight. Like a few seconds afterwards, you can be up to like 80 to 90% health straight away, which is absolutely brilliant if you're playing such an up-close class and you're in the enemy's faces all the time, like straight up there. So I do think it is an excellent choice of class to actually use this weapon on. Finally, as the the way you should be playing this class, my thoughts is you should be playing it as an aggressive as possible class. So if you are sort of playing team deathmatch, you should be right up there in your enemy's faces. It works really well on a map like this, Nosha Canals, I think the proper name for this map is. I'm pretty sure it is anyway. It works really well on a map like this just because it is quite a short range map and there's lots of like corners and stuff like that which you can hide inside and spray the death out of your enemies. So it works really well for an aggressive class, so I'd really recommend that you play an aggressive class. If you're playing something such as Rush, or playing, if you're playing something such as Rush, you should really be, if you're attacking, you should be running right up there, straight for the objectives all the time, and using the fact that you are pretty much invisible on the enemy map to your advantage by just staying right as close as you can to the enemies and straight up next to the bombs and just try and get those bombs planted. If you're defending, you should be defending right next to the bomb, just using the fact that they don't know you're there. Obviously if you kill them a few times they'll find that out, but they don't know you're there to your advantage and they will be unsuspecting, so you can just kill them when they come to plant the bomb. Get them from behind, take them from behind, as we say. That does sound a little bit wrong. I apologise for any people who were hurt. But anyway, and there we go, that's me unlocking the attachment I really wanted on this weapon, because that's how I really would prefer to use this weapon with extended mags. But we can't complain because it did work really well. Other possible classes I think you could use this on is possibly the engineer class. Maybe not much so, I think it would be reasonably effective on this class. Or you could probably make quite effective use of it on the support class, just because it does burn through ammo that quickly, especially without extended mags. So if you've got this on the support class, you can throw yourself down a few ammo packs and such, and as you saw there, that was what I mean about the mags just running out far too quickly. I know my accuracy wasn't the best there, but they just tend to run out far too quickly. But anyway guys, I just want to thank you guys for watching this commentary. I suppose it's listening to the commentary and watching the video, and I'd just like to ask you guys to drop the video a like and please subscribe to see more. So thank you guys and goodbye.